Hi everybody, it's Clinton here at ModuleWorks, and I'm joined today by Jose from PTC, who's very kindly offered to talk to us about the relationship that PTC has had with ModuleWorks for a number of years, and maybe dig into some of the most impactful technology that they have released to their customers with ModuleWorks support. So first off, Jose, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for inviting me to speak about the experience of these 10 years of partnership with ModuleWorks.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. 10 years, it's a long time. You were saying earlier on that it's 10 years since the first release of PTC Creo that involved ModuleWorks, but obviously our relationship goes back a lot longer than that, right?
Yeah, in essence, we have been working together for many years, but I remember that was effectively an EMO event when we started discussing about material removal simulation in Creo. So we discussed that. We say it was a very good and productive meeting.
Yeah.
And after that, we started working on material removal integration, and now we are 10 years after with not only material removal, but many other toolpath related projects.
Okay, so that's superb. So it's been a successful 10, 12 years. We were talking earlier on about some of the technology that ModuleWorks has provided to put into Creo. You mentioned some of your personal highlights earlier, and I'd like to talk about that a little bit. You talked specifically about the adaptive roughing, HSM roughing technique. Tell us more about that, please.
Yeah, when we released the HSM, 3-axis HSM 5 years ago, and then later we added a 5-axis HSM functionality, high-speed milling, the customers have been thrilled.
Yeah.
So 2 examples. With geodesic, the case where the user were using Creo NC regularly, and they needed to add an additional external CAM system for a specific use case on finishing. So when we released the HSM Advanced, this is the name of the extension, HSM Advanced, with the geodesic, they tested the geodesic and they were absolutely happy about that.
Brilliant.
So they don't longer need to use an external system for specific use cases.
So that's a lot of time savings, it's cost savings.
It's 50% at least of time saving, and the surface quality was much better even
that's super
than the specialist. So the other use case is another customer where they mentioned that using the roughing, HSM roughing, the adaptive roughing technology that you provide us, also they save, I'll say 50% time doing that, more productive. Obviously, what does it mean? What is the meaning of that? So with the same machines, they are doing twice the production. So it's very dramatic in some cases, but in general, all the users are being very pleased on using ModuleWorks technology over the years. Obviously, it's under the hood. The branding is Creo HSM Advanced, for instance, but we all know that it's ModuleWorks technology.
Yeah, I guess what you're doing is you're taking that core of ModuleWorks capabilities, the technology, you're adding it into Creo, but you're adding your own value to Creo so that it's delivering the maximum impact to your customers. And I think you were saying earlier on, you mentioned 50% time saving on that roughing strategy. I think you said the customer was actually getting significantly more than that, but it almost felt unbelievable to quote the numbers they were getting. But even a 50% saving is it's off the scale. That's really good. So that's clearly been a very successful relationship between the two companies and your customers as well. Well, what about the future? What exciting thoughts and plans have you got in place for working with ModuleWorks in the years ahead?
In the immediate future, I can tell you that in the roadmap, we have expanding the material removal using now machine kinematics.
Okay.
Very likely we will start with machine kinematics in 3-axis, 5-axis for milling. Later we will add turning multitasking. So basically we are all full on machine kinematic simulation using ModuleWorks technology. That is clear on the roadmap. We continue expanding HSM capabilities. The physics-based roughing technology that you have in your
in the smart roughing.
Smart roughing. You call it smart roughing. Is I would say very interesting for our customer base. So that is another area. And there are many more projects.
I think we were talking earlier on as well about the digitalization strategy of PTC. and the recognition of the value of our MDES technology as well, and the fact that you're maybe exploring bringing that into the Creo product and making that available for your manufacturing customers as well.
Yeah, basically, what I can mention about Creo and Creo NC is that associativity is paramount. Associativity is the most important functionality or enabler that we provide. So, and having a full integration on all the different components is very important. Full integration, fully associative, and MDES is a component that will enable expanding this digital thread that we support.
Brilliant. So it sounds like you've got a very clear strategy going forwards for digitalization and offering your thousands and thousands of Creo customers these advanced manufacturing capabilities. So it's an exciting future ahead. I mean, earlier on we were talking about the relationship between the two companies. And I think it's interesting to dwell on that because it's not like ModuleWorks just provides you with algorithms and your team puts them into Creo and we're done. There's actually some strong chemistry there and connections between the ModuleWorks development engineers and Creo. So do you want to talk a little bit more about that? Because I think that's really key here.
Yeah, fundamental to the success of this partnership is the culture of ModuleWorks as a partner. So the openness to collaborate with us. I think over the years, we put together a team that basically it's not two companies or partner one, partner two, supplier. No. It's one team that is collaborating to solve customer problems. So this openness and this disposition of all the team to work together to solve the problem, I think, is absolutely remarkable. It's a highlight on these 10 years relationship.
Certainly something to be very proud of. In real terms, what does that mean for your end customers? The fact we've got two teams working together side by side, that makes sense to me. But how does that affect your end customers? What do they get through that?
What they get is a very fast response. The fastest response that they can get. There's no way that this can be solved faster. I think this is evident, and this is something that we should continue doing.
Yeah, I'm sure we certainly will. So thank you so much for that. It's great to hear that. So thank you, Jose, for your time today. I really appreciate you joining us today. Thank you for those of you watching online. I hope you found this video interesting. We look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.